Hi, my name is Mariana Larroche, and I'm the founder and CEO of Black Fogel and Daborn.
Thank you very much, Mariana. We'd like to ask you a couple of questions.
Sure.
What are the main takeaways you will take back to your organization from this event?
I think for me it was really interesting to learn more about the developments in the region. I work quite global, mostly Europe and Latin America. So I was not really familiar with what was happening in Central Asia. So for me it was amazing to hear from the regulators and the industry here. And I will take a lot of feedback and lessons learned with me that can be applied in other regions.
Great, thank you very much. What are your views on Kazakhstan's approach to digital assets and cryptocurrency regulation?
I think it's really interesting actually because now we have, soon to be in 1 month for what I heard yesterday, 3 different regimes that are interacting in the same jurisdiction. And this always comes with certain challenges, but I think that the regulator here has a really interesting approach that I have not seen in this strength or in this way in other regions. I saw a regulator that is really open to integrate digital assets as part of the capital market infrastructure that they have, as well as the economy that they have. So they really have an interest in adoption and they're really pushing forward. So they're really, really active and proactive, which I think that is kind of a blessing when you are an industry and a startup or an entrepreneur and you want to come into a jurisdiction to have authorities that are so open to talk to you, and they have a really good understanding of the technology, which is really surprising as well. I didn't know what I was expecting when I came, but I go back home happy, and I wish I could take some of the regulators with me to just have discussions with other jurisdictions as well, because I think that there's a lot of things that we can learn from a young market like this one that has been forced to develop faster because of the level of adoption that they have.
Oh, that's amazing. Great. Thank you so much. And the final question.
Yep.
What opportunities do peer-to-peer financial systems create for financial inclusion?
That's I think one of my favorite topics. So digital assets, I think that sometimes we tend to focus too much in how to improve rails that already work, right? This is one of the things that I always say in Europe is we need to generate more incentive to create adoption, because for good or for bad, our system works. And where it's interesting to see the deployment of these technologies and this solution is in places where the systems do not really work. So there's really interesting projects that have been working on the banking of people that has previously unbanked via these technologies. So there is a really interesting project called Ethics Hub that I always put as example for this topic, that is basically creating an investment platform for people to invest in farmers in the global south that have been globally discriminated because they do not have access to the infrastructure, the banking infrastructure, or they cannot access it because they don't have collaterals, or the interests are so big because they do not have papers, or they don't have the collaterals, right? So they cannot access a system that would allow them to develop the land in a way that they can make profits out of it. But with these new systems and new tools in place, they actually are getting that support. So it's just fantastic to see how we can support people that really need it, because I think that that's at the core of what digital assets were born for. So yeah, I think that there is a lot of opportunities, and of course the regulatory framework will push these technologies forward so they are more safe for the people that are using it, but at the same time they have a better purpose that just making things easy for those that already have a system that works.
Thank you very much. Thank
Absolutely.
you so much.
No, thank you for inviting me.
Hear from you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was great.